Yeah, do you guys remember Tony Hawk, American Wasteland? Gonna say, game's pretty fun. See, I played it when I was a kid. I played it back on the GameCube, and I just had the urge to go and play it again. So, I played it again, and I played a little bit of it, and I just wanna make a video and talk about how fun this game is. Still, to this day. See, what made this game so fun is you can customize your own character and like change around your board and your grip tape and customize your outfits and your hair, and it's just a fun game. And the story mode of it, you get so many crazy options, like, oh my god. You know, let's look at this intro. You're some loser that runs away from a home being a city boy or whatever, and then you show up in Hollywood because you want to try to be one of the greats in skating. And man, playing this again, kind of realizing where my taste in women is starting to come from. I'm starting to realize what a early childhood crush of mine was. Mindy from Tony Hawk American Wasteland. Who would have thought, right? See, I kind of totally forgot about her, but the moment I booted up and heard her voice, I was like, oh my god. I remember everything now. I don't even think I beat this game as a kid because I couldn't read. I just got really far doing random stuff, and then that was it. I remember the areas, I remember skating, I remember having fun, and that's just what this game is good at. You run around skating, having fun. You can beat people up off your board and stuff. Dude, this game is so sick though. I didn't even record footage of it, but you can like create your own custom skate parks and stuff, so you could just make whatever you want and then go skate on it, and it's awesome. I mean, yeah, you gotta play a bit more of the story and whatnot if you want to unlock all the pieces, but it's just a fun time. Very fun time. And look at who I made. This is Randy. I call him Randy. And your character's like super hot-tempered too in this game. He's just kind of an asshole. Comes in, he's like, I'm gonna skate, I'm gonna go pro, and then just starts beating people up that he disagrees with. He's really cocky and arrogant. It's awesome, I love it. Your first quest in the game is to do a kickflip over a fake Hollywood star that's obviously supposed to be Ben Affleck, but they just call him like some random thing in this. I don't even remember what they called him. Ben Hoofleck. You do a kickflip over Ben Hoofleck. Let me restart. Your first quest in the game is to do a kickflip over Ben Hoofleck, who is obviously a ripoff of the real actor Ben Affleck. There's also this character on the bus in the beginning. It says something about Botoxing your teeth.
Do you know you can get Botox in your teeth?
And that just makes me curious if that's a real thing. I'm gonna do live research right now, actually. It is. You can Botox your teeth? What? I didn't know you could Botox your teeth. That's crazy. And this game came out in like the ancient times of the early 2000s. You could Botox your teeth in the early 2000s? There's another pretty cool mechanic in this game. You can graffiti stuff off of your board. You can get off your board in this version of Tony Hawk. And that's one thing that makes this game really fun, because you can like parkour and unlock different parkour things. During the story mode, you unlock a bunch of different tricks and stuff, so the game can like seemingly start kind of slow if you know what you're doing. But in reality, it's just drip feeding you more and more mechanics, because there's a lot you can do in this game. You've got grinding and these weird spin things you can do on poles, and you can wall grind and wall plant and wall kick, and you can do so much shit. I mean, there's a lot. You got your grabs, you got your rolls, you got flips, you got all your different kick attacks. You can do special ones. I don't even think I did that in this short amount of time. You can get like special moves you can do that are activated in special ways. You've got like a flip out rage thing you can do. I haven't done that either yet. But there's so many like awesome things you can just do that makes this game so much fun. But the beginning of the game is just kind of like, hey, here, learn the mechanics of the game. So that's all I really played in my like hour. So I don't have anything that interesting to look at, but I just want to bring you down memory lane. You know, this game was fun, very fun game. I thoroughly enjoyed it as a child, and I thoroughly enjoyed it for my hour I played as an adult. But one of the fun mechanics this game has that I mentioned, you can graffiti when you're running around, and there's a whole thing for it. Think Call of Duty emblem making. that's the best comparison. I'm going to show footage of it now. It's Call of Duty emblems, where you can put up to 10 different pieces, 10 different layers of just random things that they give you access to. I believe you also unlock more the further you play. That's kind of a trend in this game. And big ups to a lot of older games in general. You never have everything unlocked from the get-go. You play the game and you unlock a ton of extra stuff. But naturally, I had to make my character, my logo guy, so here's that abomination. But it's funny, because you can also... This game is just so cool. You can take your logo and you can put it on your board. So you can even throw whatever you make onto the bottom of your board. But then you can also go around just graffitiing everything around and just throw up whatever you make. So I can tag my guy all around the city doing whatever I want. And the way that you can do this, there's a character that graffitis and like tags different spots around the map. And you can get quests from him to help him tag all the different spots. And it gives you money, which I think is a fun mission where it's... I know in the early on it's really simple. It's like, hey, move 2 steps and go tag that wall, just so you know how to do it. And then once you start unlocking parkour stuff, it's like, hey, utilize some of that parkour to get up to areas. I remember as a kid, the further you get in, they start telling you to go pretty far out and be like, hey, you gotta get way up top on this weird area, and then you can throw a tag up there, and it actually might be challenging. I don't know. I was also a kid though, so naturally it was challenging for me. So there's so many things I remember when I played this game. Like there's these protesters that are protesting against the way that sheep get treated, and or no, they're protesting against like the use of wool, which is so dumb. But it's just funny, right? It's just a very on the nose, like stupid humor kind of thing, and it's just fun. It's very early 2000s kind of stuff. But I remember as a kid, because I couldn't really read, I would run around in the starting area all the time, and I didn't really care about doing missions. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna run around and do tricks and just find all these random things. And then in the mission to get past this area, you have to do a whole bunch of tricks and stuff up on this roof that has a dinosaur with like a globe on that it's biting down on. And you do a bunch of tricks and you break that roof, and it drops the head of the dinosaur, and the ball rolls, and like the dinosaur head gets caught by a bus, and the bus brings the dinosaur head to the protesters, and it eats one of the protesters. So it's like, I think it's canon, one of these people dies really early in the game, but then it unlocks access to the next part of the map. That's where you learn your first bits of parkour, your wall runs. Well, actually, yeah. You get to learn your wall runs, you learn doing your back flips, your front flips, jumping off the walls, hanging on ledges, all that kind of fun stuff. Basically, it's sick. This game is fun. It's 2025. Let me look up when this game even came out. The game came out 20 years ago. 2005 it came out. That's crazy. It came out for the GameCube, the PlayStation 2, and the original Xbox. Oh my god. If they were to do a remake of this game, like they've been doing with the other Tony Hawk games, that would be sick. Imagine being able to have like a modern day version of this, especially with the co-op, or not even co-op, the multiplayer this game has. You can like battle against friends and stuff. I think you can actually, if I remember correctly, playing with like my siblings when I was younger, you get split screen, and then you could go into the parks or different areas and just skate around. And it's like, you know, with the Tony Hawk remakes they've already been doing for the pro skater stuff, that would be fun on this one. You grab some friends, hop online, and then just start skating around in your custom parks and whatnot. And they have, because this game, I feel like this game was already pretty ambitious for even 2005. Like, it's got a ton of stuff you can do. Like, there's challenges that'll refresh every day in game time, and then those challenges will give you more stats so that you can have like higher speed and flip speed and trick speed or whatever, and all this really cool stuff to just make your character progression better. And it's like, imagine they take the mechanics in this game and gave it a modern day twist and actually improved on a bunch of the stuff, this game would be so sick if it came out nowadays. Especially with an even more in-depth character creator, you could make some Abomination. It would be awesome. Yeah, I think this game, and a lot of those more like skating games back in the day, are a great example of when people say gaming just isn't how it used to be. Gaming has changed so much. You don't really see skating games come out nowadays. I mean, we're gonna get a new skate game that I think is gonna be free to play. I may or may not have been able to actually play it in an alpha state and have access to it already, but that's hypothetical, obviously, because if I were to do something like that, I would need to sign an NDA, hypothetically, and I wouldn't be able to hypothetically talk about it either. But of course, I'm not that special to get in a test for a game like that so early. But there's not really sports games or skating games and stuff coming out that are similar to what used to come out. I mean, they used to be incredibly popular. Another thing that used to be super popular is stuff like Guitar Hero. Like, there's so many of the, I think they're now considered retro. There's so many like classic games that came out, GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, where it was just like, cut the Xbox 360 out. GameCube, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, you know, older consoles, the Wii, stuff like that, where there were just so many more unique games, I think, where companies were kind of like, hey, we're gonna try more things, and then they bite off more than they can chew by over making stuff. Like Guitar Hero and Rock Band got super oversaturated, so the companies died, and now you have the guys that made Rock Band actually got bought out by Fortnite, and that's how we got Fortnite Festival. Fun fact, by the way. I mean, like, even the skate games we're getting now, the Tony Hawk ones, they're just remakes of the original ones. You know, they kind of play the same with a modern look, basically. You know, imagine we had like an actual modern take on the Tony Hawk franchise where it was polished out, you know, it was really silly and goofy and had all these different aspects, being able to like, go off your board and beat people up and customize your character and just be like a total punk all around. I mean, big thing with this game too is the amount of licensed music in it is awesome. I mean, I even went through the whole list. I'll show it on screen now. There is a really good list of just like punk and rock music that you can listen to in this game that you can have on shuffle. It's like a really cool playlist. I remember so many of these songs just from playing this game for hours as a kid, and then as I got older I started hearing them on like Spotify, Discover Weeklies and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I remember this song. That's awesome. I feel like I haven't played any games that have come out recently, or that I haven't really seen any games come out recently that are anything like these old Tony Hawk games, or like these old sort of skating games or anything like that. The closest we're gonna get is the new Skate that is gonna come out. I think it's coming out within this summer. I think it's this summer. And even then, I believe it's just going into early access. And in a hypothetical world, I could tell you that it's a bit of a buggy mess, but that's not the world we live in, obviously. But also in that hypothetical world, I could tell you it's really goddamn fun, because it is very much like the old skate games, hypothetically. But anyway, this is a game, if you want, like, if you still don't really care about playing newer games, and you don't care about graphics or whatever, and you just want to sit down and play a game that's really fun, get your hands on this game. I mean, I don't know if I can legally tell you how to get this game on like a PC or something nowadays for free, but if you can get your hands on this game, it's incredibly fun. It's simple enough you can just jump in and have a good time. I mean, it's really worth the time, I feel like. You know, this one of those games is like a relic of its time, where lots of pop culture references from like the early 2000s, but also just using skater slang and a whole bunch of random slang and stuff that you just don't hear anymore. But yeah, I wanted to play that today, and it made me just want to make a video and talk about it because it was really fun and I thoroughly enjoy the game. So yeah, if you like that, thanks for watching. If you want to see more on this game, leave a comment and I'll make more. Give me an excuse to play more of this game, and I'll play more of this game. Alright, like, comment, sub, bye, 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 Tony Hawk.